All right, let's get to it. Vanquish Soul with the new box pack released today. Hajime. Kashtira Fenrir is here, and we're going to be flipping up our Frenzy just to get ashed. This is why Solemn Strike is really good in this deck to negate the ash, but we did not have it. Nothing to negate. Now we got to be careful because our life points got reduced. Let me also take my name off there. There we go. Because our life points got reduced, got to be careful because the Ferret Flames. If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent control is higher than your life points, they have to shuffle them back on the deck, but it's only 2,400 to our 4K life points, so we're good. Now, we are whipping out the Raisin. Raisin can dodge the impermanence if we had a Borger or a Caesar, which we do not have. So we're going to get hit by the imperm. No dodge in sight. Now we could link this off into our Vanquish Soul, or we could even activate its negated effect to still trigger summon the Jiaolong onto the field. Adding our Rise Heart, very well done. Whoa, special summoning Rise Heart, that's kind of weird here. I would think that we would make the Rock of the Vanquisher, add back the Raisin, also summoning the Jiaolong in the field first, so activate the negated Raisin, and then you have the Rise Heart and the Raisin in your hand to search the Jiaolong. Now we're locked into Exceed only. We could not link, no link. On the attack at Banish, an Imperm is going to negate the Banish. Do not banish. My girl, my Dinomorphia. Does she trigger on being destroyed by battle? You can banish a trap from your graveyard, special summon a Dinomorphia from your graveyard. We do not have that. Oh boy, Ferret Flames. Now that we are at 1,600 life, we are... Okay, so what's really interesting here is by activating the Raisin in response to the Ferret Flames will be spinning the whole field back into the deck besides the Rise Heart, but then the Jiaolong's gonna trigger afterwards, summoning after the field gets flipped back in the deck. Reveal it, spin the fields. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Double Ferret Flames? Now Jiaolong's gonna attack you for game, right? Oh, no, no. We had to wait, mate. What the heck? Oh, shite. And now Jiaolong's gonna be triggering and it's gonna summon exactly what I said happened, and it happened. Oh my Jesus. So this is the benefit of new decks, is not really understanding how they work. So all is well between both players here. I appreciate both of you, thank you. And now everyone can just learn how that works. It activates after the chain resolution of you revealing a card from your hand. Call by the Grave, the Cockroach, I do not think so. We also have the Triple Tactics Thrust, which could set a trap. Do we set up the sheet? Do we get sheet in or what? Does this do anything else besides additional summon? When a monster is destroyed by battle, you can target the destroyed monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. Okay, so nothing really. Set passing, we have a juiced up hand of Firewall, Defensor, Parallel Exceed, Microcoder, Signet Mining, Small World. We were ready to cook, but the bouncer cooked us instead. Damn. And if we made it, what's up with these link arrows? It's like really out there. Okay, it's fixed. The Mudon is searching for our Glamour, and now we are going in. It's time to get burning. We're gonna burn for 1,500, gain 150. Is this enough for lethal damage? Smacking for 22, 25, and that's it. We do not have lethal, but you still cannot special summon. We could negate whatever you summon, we could spin back to your hand whatever you summon, and of course, you got nothing. 1 in 1, let's take this to game 3. Signet Mining, discard the Dotscaper, which will reborn from the graveyard after being sent to the grave. We also have Circular to special summon, no Maxi to keep this deck in check. Send from the deck our Sigma, reborn from the graveyard, trigger in the Circular to search our deck for the Superfactorial. Now we got the Allenbert, which I think is going to be grabbing our Diameter. Diameter it is, and then we're going to be tributing off the Dotscaper to reborn, special summon the Diameter from the hand instead of normal summoning it. Okay, because we already normal summoned. Yes, we normal summoned the Defensor. So Defensor is being sent to the graveyard, is going to activate summoning the Firewall Guardian, and then Firewall Guardian is going to reborn itself onto the field after being sent to the graveyard. And if we use Link Decoder to make a transcode talker, it's going to reborn itself back onto the field, making sure to not block to where the transcode talker is pointing to. Reborning the Splash Mage, now making Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. sending a microcoder from the deck to the graveyard to then reborn it with the Splash Mage instead of getting the Deceive Worm in the grave, which we could do during the next turn anyway. Very well done. Now, with the microcoder being sent to the graveyard for the Heat Soul, it's going to activate searching for, I think, a counter trap. Yes? Negate anything? Yup. Signet Conflict. Very well done. Essentially searching it with the Dark Fluid, then reborning it with the Splash Mage. We have Lingaribo to negate an Impermanence, negate an Evenly Match. We got Imperm, now it's going to get negated. We're going to get our draw 1. We have negate anything, send from the hand, field, and grave, plus a negate. And we're also going to be able to send the Deceive Worm for another spell and trap card negate. This is going to be an interesting duel. Let's go. Imperm, and we should be Lingariboing, yes. Off the top of the deck. Very well done. Negate. Now, this is, of course, within the draw phase. If we would have waited for the main phase to activate the Impermanence, our Triple Tactics talent would then have been activatable. So should we have, for this instance, waited for the main phase? But, I guess he's trying to deny the draw and force out the negate. Now we have the Deceive Worm in the graveyard ready to negate something like a Triple Tactics talent or the Unexpected Die. Also, drop of the Maxi. Unexpected Die is a sus negate because you negate it, then they could have another one. So now the other one's dead. Link this off into the Dryas. Dryas is going to be activating and getting negated and banished. Now, what's crazy about the Signet Conflict is not only does it negate and banish, but now if you have another copy of the Dryas where it's not a hard once per turn, it could not activate. The same original name could not be activated until the end of the next turn. That is insane, because we would Unexpected Die, go into another Dryas, and make the same play, but now we can't. Maybe we're still going to try, right? What do you think? Unexpected Die? Are we going to find out it's not activatable? Or maybe, I guess we know. We know. Rikka Petal searching for the Mudon. Mudon contribute a plant to then summon. Now Super Factorial is going to be sending from the field, hand, and be able to negate the Triple Tactics talent. Now, we may, we're screwed. Talent is negated. Glamour is negated. Glamour's now gone. We can negate Mudon. We can negate Triple Tactics talent. We have the Deceive Worm in the graveyard, banishing to negate. Just like that, Firewall Defensor and Cyber's Deceive Worm putting in a ton of work within this duel. Mudon didn't negate, right? It's the final card. It's our free negate. Just like that, negate. Wow. Ain't that something? And just like that, Rikka's got absolutely nothing in the field, nothing activatable in the hand, and 8,000 damage per game. Straight up 8K. Oh my Jesus. Well, Firewall Defense or something. That is something. Ooh, Purrely versus Vanquish Soul, game number 3. This is what I'm talking about. Vanquish Soul is going first here. It is Ghost Rick Purrely. Let's go. Oh, we open up the Raisin, so it's easy win, right? If you open up Raisin and they don't have a negate, you're good. We're going to reveal the Jiaolong to then special summon the Jiaolong. We have only 1 fire in the hand, so you make the Rock of the Vanquisher to add the fire in the graveyard back to the hand. Now we have 2 fire to then reveal with the Jiaolong. What's crazy about this combo is the Raisin and Jiaolong is not only searching during your turn, it will also search during the opponent's turn. Pot of P after setting up with the Snow Devil. We have, we get 1 more Earth Monster to the hand. We could wipe out the entire field, plus destroy the same column. We got the Max C now. Holy moly. We got full combo. Full disruption. Triple disruption here. We're going to Maxi early because the Raisin could search for another Earth, so that's fine. We're going to be chaining the Delicious. Now, this is why I say to use your Maxi in the standby phase, because they may be using their Purrely cards in the draw phase anyway to play around a Droll and Lockbird. Then you could chain your Maxi to it. Special summoning our Purrely. I don't think we're going to be wasting any disruption here. We're going to be searching by revealing the Ash and the Raisin, searching probably for an Earth here. Earth. Yep, there we go. We got the Dark, Earth, and Fire. So we have Caesar, pop a card in the field. We have Raisin, wipe out a monster. And we have Snow Devil, destroy all monsters on the field. This is very well done. We have the Rock of the Vanquisher, special summoning from the hand here. Raisin in the same column as the Purrely. Now, the Lily, ideally, you would summon it in front of the Rock so that then the Raisin has to destroy their own Rock of the Vanquisher here. Or you could be summoning it in the same column as the Jiaolong. Then they're forced to use the Caesar to spin it back to the hand to make room for the Raisin. The columns do matter. This is like my exact replay in my guide. What is going on? Is this a setup? Wipe out the Lily on the activation of Exceed Summoning. Just like that. Let's go. Wipe it out. Holy moly. Just like play for play from the guide. We are now going to be exceeding into the beauty. So what are we doing here? We're waiting for when we want to Caesar or wipe out the entire field of monsters. We are going to Ash, negate the My Friend Purrely here. We're waiting with that Caesar. Caesar could come out whenever it wants. It could then wipe out any other card in the field. We're going to be searching for Triple Tactics Talent. What is the play? Are we looking at the hand? Draw 2, not looking at the hand. If you were to look at the hand, you could then chain summon the Caesar to it. Now Beauty, it's going to get sucking. Attempting to suck up the Raisin, we could not only chain the Snow Devil, we could also return the Raisin back to the hand if we want with the Caesar. Oh boy, this is it. Reveal, Fire, Earth, Dark. That's a special summon. Now, did we use Sleepy this turn? If we didn't use Sleepy, the special summon will happen. We're going to be indestructible. And we are going to be wiping out the entire field of monsters. And now you trying to suck me up, there's nothing to get sucked up on. Now, what's weird about this is if you try to make someone an Exceed material, then the monster gets destroyed, the monster stays. But if I were to activate an effect to make you an equip, if I were to equip you and then you chain destroy my monster, your monster then goes to the graveyard. So equipping to the back row and becoming an Exceed material does have different rulings. Now, the My Friend Purrely is triggering here. This is why I would have preferred to summon the Caesar and pop the My Friend Purrely on the activation instead of ashing it, because now we got all that recursion, but it looks like it doesn't matter. What the heck? I mean, we're under Max C, to be fair. Max C really got us. We are going to be revealing, get searching with the Jiao Long. Now, only within the main phase, you could special summon the Caesar for additional damage here. Droll in Lockbird, no more searching for you. Raisin is going to be revealing the Jiao Long, which will be triggering the... did we already summon the Jiao Long? So we're not going to be triggering it again. Now, we are going to be special summoning our Purrely. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a new one. That has not been summoned yet. Now we're going to be revealing a Darken and Earth. So this is going to be returning back the smallest defense monster on the field. So goodbye to the Purrely. Holy moly. The reveal. I wish that this should have like a special animation. Maybe show the attributes on the card that you're revealing, like Dark, Earth, boom. For how expensive this pack is, maybe it did deserve its own animation. Very well done. Thank you to both of you. Let's go. Stake Your Soul can reveal Ash Blossom or a Rise Heart to special summon your Raisin from the deck. Do we negate here? It's high risk, high reward. And it would have paid off by seeing the hand here. He did not have access to the Raisin. So, damn. All right. Negating the Raisin instead of the search and or special summon the Raisin. They're still going to be able to loop the Raisin during your own turn. They're going to get that search anyway. But, you know, again, if they already had another copy of the Raisin, then you're pretty much negating nothing. You're getting jebaited. So it's very difficult to know when and what you should negate. We got big plays here. All right, we got the at table. At table is going to be searching our deck for a recipe, which is the ritual spell. Got the ritual spell here. We also have the Concours de Cuisine, the culinary confrontation. They actually have the English. They got the English. Okay, very good. I'm happy to have that. Very nice. Today's menu. Reveal 2 of your Nouvelles, and then your opponent adds 1 of them to your hand. You also add a ritual spell with it. That's going to be negated. Borger going to get that draw 1 here. Very well done. Now, we could follow up with a pre-preparation of rites, which is a double search. Ritual spell plus the monster. Let's go. Now we're going to be activating our ritual spell, tributing our Conferus to special summon our level 1 ritual. Also adding the meat recipe ritual spell. Reveal the top 5 of our deck, add a Nouvelle card among those 5. We got the Glacia. Okay, Glacia to the hand. Now Fenrir is activating to not banish the level 1 ritual because it would then activate to tribute the opponent's monster to special summon a monster for the deck. You cannot target it. We're going to be special summoning our main level 1 Pendulum from the deck here, searching for another level 1 ritual. Now we're going to be banishing from the graveyard to target our level 1 ritual, and we have to be the direct chain link to it. So if we chain anything, we're going to chain link block the Nouvelle from being able to summon from the deck. We didn't do it. No chain link blocking, and we're doing this instead. So this is quite interesting. If we destroy the entire field, this needs to tribute itself plus another monster on the field, so that does stop it. All right, let's go. Tribute this in one attack position monster on either field. Destroying everything, including our Fenrir. We don't get to tribute the Borger here because we don't have a Nouvelle to tribute anymore. Setting up our Pendulum Scales, we're going to be Ritual Summoning again. But the hard once per turn of being targeted, it already happened, so we can't do it again. So we're going to Special Summon, change the position of you, going into a Dynamundo. Dynamundo on, someone's going to spin a card in the field back in the deck, including a card in our graveyard back into our deck. And very well done, we were able to break this field. Now, we could do with the Dynamundo is we could Special Summon our level 1 Ritual from the graveyard during the opponent's turn, and then they can't target it. If they target it, it's going to Special Summon from the deck by tributing your monster. So what do? What do? Fenrir, okay. So if we Dynamundo summon, then the Fenrir targets the monster for banishment. We then tribute the Fenrir. Borger's going to be drawing a card here, continually drawing. Mundo, activate, okay. So what happens here is a situation. This is when a card is targeted for an attack. So we're going to be Special Summoning it back onto the field here. Goodbye to our Pendulum Scale. We're activating on Summon to excavate the top 5 cards of our deck, which is going to be negated. You're not going to be adding a random Nouvelle off the top here. And then calling off the attack. We have Rock of the Vanquisher. Rock of the Vanquisher is going to Special Summon from the hand or add a Vanquish Soul in the graveyard back to our hand. We're going to Small World Bridge it up onto a Max C to the hand. Ain't no way. All right, we cannot target this Nouvelle Ritual. We target it, it's going to get Special Summoning. Defense we go. Special Summon within the end of the main phase. Special Summon or adding back the Borger here. Now, we got Jiaolong. By revealing the Jiaolong, oh, we are destroying the column, non-targeting, wipe it out. Also triggering the Jiaolong to summon itself onto the field. Damn, we got nothing. We got absolutely nothing. We got clapped up from the non-targeting disruption, wiping out the column with the raise-in. That's what happens. Damn. Scareclaw versus Firewall Defensor. This is game 3. We're going to be linking this off into our Lightheart, which will be searching for our field spell. The Nightmare Griffin says that if your monster is not linked, it cannot activate if it's Special Summoned. And because the Tryhard does not link forward, you cannot Special Summon a monster here to then activate it. So what do? This is interesting. We could Herald of the Abyss, declare Fiend and Light, and we have no other Fiend Lights on the field, so that is something. But we may have Crossout Designate to negate. Nope, we don't play it ourselves, so there you go. The Nightmare Griffin Disruption is gone. Discarding Firewall Defensor, grabbing our Mathmech Circular. Circular is going to be activating, sending a Sigma from the deck to the graveyard. Every monster is forced into defense. Sigma Special Summoning, triggering the Circular. Circular come to us equation. We don't really have disruption. That was it. The Nightmare Griffin was our disruption. Now we got Lingaribo, everything into defense, normal summoning the Diameter. Diameter reborn a monster from the graveyard, and if we Exceed with it, it's going to give us a disruption. It's going to be a negate. So going to negate anything if you had anything. We're going to be detaching, searching our deck for Super Factorial. Now with that, we're going to be making Splash Mage. We could still make Update Jammer here. We're going to Reborn from the graveyard Firewall Defensor, going into a Transcode Talker now to trigger the Firewall Defensor. Firewall Defensor summoning a Firewall Guardian, which will be reborning itself from the graveyard, making the Terahertz Dark Fluid here. Firewall Guardian is back. Now we're going to be making our Scareclaw Kashtira onto the field just for extra protection. Now, oh my Jesus. You have any idea what just happened? Sending multiplication from the deck to the graveyard will multiply the attack of the Terahertz to 10,000. 10,000 attack. Not quite lethal damage, but oh, whoa, we have a multiple attacks here. Oh, you got negated by the Scareclaw Kashtira. Ain't no way. What the? So this states that this can attack and monsters a number each time battle phase up to the number of different attributes this has. How do we check the attributes it had before it got negated? Because we had to take out the Scareclaw Kashtira, then we could have attacked again if we had a third attribute. Damn, I think it would only have 2, right? It sends multiplication. It's the attribute of whatever it sends, that's what it becomes. I think so. We have Heat Soul drawn 1. We have Super Factorial to send from the field and hand to the graveyard, plus set up a negate. Codebreaker Virus, reborning itself back in the field here. We're going to be sending from the extra deck to the graveyard, I think, a Deceive Worm to be able to negate any spell or trap. Randomly drawing to the Triple Tactics talent, that's the Deceive Worm for the spell and trap card negate. We're going to be activating the field spell to pop the Terahertz, banishing the Firewall Defensor to protect the Terahertz from being destroyed. Nice. We're going into Access Code Talker. What can we do here? On the resolution with our toggle on, we can activate the Super Factorial to send it to the grave. We gotta do it right here, right now. Let's go. Reborn from the graveyard, a negate plus send from the hand, send from the field, send from the back row, send it all plus negate. So what do? I think we're pretty much screwed, aren't we? Get send in. Goodbye to Access Code Talker. We're gonna be chaining our Crossout Designate to just pull Nibiru out of our deck, just to thin out the deck here. Why not? Okay, goodbye to that. Goodbye to our hand. Goodbye to the Access Code Talker. Goodbye to the Theosis. And we do have Tryhard still. Again, multiplication, multiplying the attack of the Terahertz. But it's not their turn, so it's okay. Laplation is going to be negating. Wait, attempting to negate, tried to negate the Tryhard, which is unaffected from you because you're in defense. So that was a wasted negate. No good on that negate. Because we could have negated the right card. This is what we needed to negate. Or even negate the defanging. I think this just negates the effect, not the activation. So negate that effect. So negating the activation of this, it would not do anything. What we really needed to do was negate the right card. Now defanging is going to be banishing a link, popping a card in the field. Deceive Worm is going to be protecting from that destruction. We have Firewall Defensor. We have the Deceive Worm completely saving the Terahertz from being destroyed. We have multiple attacks here. Huh? Self-inflicted lethal. What the heck was that? Damn. All right, he's going out on his own terms here. The power of Terahertz in Firewall Defensor, protecting it continually. The power of multiplication, multiplying its attack. That deck is nuts. Vanquish Soul versus Endymion. Reinforce the army to bait the Ash, making them think that they maybe would negate us from getting a Raisin, but we got that Raisin. Adding a Mad Love to the hand, we are going to be revealing the Jialong, special summoning the Jialong. Jialong will now be searching our deck for any Vanquish Soul card we want, searching for the Heavy Borger. We're going for the draw one card every turn combo play. We got Rocket the Vanquisher, which will be adding a monster in the graveyard back to our hand, or special summoning one from the hand. Borger return back to the hand, and now let's get drawing. Draw dirt. It's like a Heat Soul. Draw, draw, draw. Keep on drawing. We have triple Raisin. We're going to be banishing Mad Love to grab a DD Crow from the deck. DD Crow against an Endymion deck. I guess when they try to go for Selene and they try to reborn from the graveyard, that could be a play. Draw again. We got the Caesar Valius, which can special summon onto the field here. Setting up the Endymions. We are going to be Allure of Darkness and getting negated by the Ash. Now, it could be potentially a better Ash to wait for the Servant of Endymion to negate that instead. It will be special summoning a monster from the deck and itself. So what do? What do? We could get Pantera. We could search Pantera and then wipe out this column. That could be a play. So that's something. Are we going to do that? Maybe we do. Maybe we add Pantera, add Borger back to the hand with Caesar. Holy moly, we're doing it. We're actually doing it. I want to see this. Adding the Blue Boy on summon, searching our deck. Caesar is going to make room for the Pantera. Pantera is going to be kicking that back row pendulum scale. Holy moly, that animation. Hold up, you blocked your Pantera, so maybe we're not summoning it? Okay, we're going to do something else instead. The Caesar could pop it, so that's something. Pantera would be revealing an Earth and a Fire. We're doing the non-target right now. So what's happening is we are activating Magician Souls in the hand. We're chaining Caesar Valius. Okay. I think it's a bit early. You could wait for the Servant of Endymion to activate before wiping it out. We're going to be using the Spellbook of Knowledge to draw 2. Chicken Game, draw 1. We could also draw an additional 1 with the Magician Souls, which we're doing right here, right now. Borger returning the Caesar Valius back to the hand. We still have the opportunity to Pantera if we wanted to. So, okay, looks like we have room. We did not use the Rock of the Vanquisher yet to special summon the Pantera. So either special summoning Raisin or Pantera here. What's the play? Pantera, there we go. Pantera ready to wipe out that pendulum scale. Chicken game, draw 1. We are going to be wiping out the pendulum scale before a potential pendulum summon, kicking the abductor just like that. Back in the extra deck you go. But we're going to set up further with another pendulum scale, then get ready to pendulum summon just one monster. That's it. Well, one from the extra deck, one from the hand. Well, multiple from the hand, so only one from the extra deck since we don't have a link pointing to multiple spots. We have Electromite adding a monster to the extra deck here. Are we going to go into the Promethean Princess? Is that the play? Do we play it? I'm scanning. I don't see it. Where's the Princess of Fire? We have Astrograph being triggered off of a card being destroyed, also activating to draw a card. And on the special summon, we could add back any card that was destroyed this turn, grabbing our Servant of Endymion back to our hand. Very well done. Setting up the Amorphage Sloth, we are now going to be making Selene. This is what I was talking about. You could be DD Crowing the card from the graveyard that he wants to reborn, but it's non-target reborn, so you don't know. You got to guess. Yep. Are we DD Crowing? Huh? That was it. That was our play. We could DD Crowed. No? Okay. But whoa, no, he was not even doing that. He was special summoning with the Endymion, wiping out the entire field per spell counter card we control, not even activating the Selene from the back row, wiping it all out. Holy moly. Now we're Selening. Now we DD Crow. No, we giving up. Oh, we're done. We're done. We're not DD Crowing the Endymion from the graveyard, making the absolute dragon, being sent to the graveyard, activating its effect to summon a level 7 fusion Omni Negate. It's over. Oh my Jesus. That's just game 1 though. Spell and trap card negate, spell and trap card negate, non-target field wipe, and it is not an activation of a monster effect. Even with skill drain face up on the field, that Endymion wipes out the field. Are you ready to stake your soul? We have Raisin adding Mad Love from the deck. We're going to stake our soul, revealing a fire to summon another Raisin from the deck here. Raisin get activating to reveal the Jadlong to special summon it onto the field here. We're going to link this off into the Rock of the Vanquisher. With the Rock of the Vanquisher, we are going to be special summoning Mad Love. Mad Love searching our deck for a Dust Devil, which is a non-target Book of Moon. Can flip cards face down. Baguska, forcing everything into defense, and anything activated while in defense is negated. Interesting. The Rock of the Vanquisher, of course, not negated. Setting up with the Abductor, activating our Spell Book of Secrets, grabbing our Blue Boy. Blue Boy is going to be completely negated here, activating while in defense. We're going to follow up with Allure of Darkness, banishing our Endymion from the hand. Now, we have another. We're going to use Spellbook Power, Spell Power Mastery, adding another Endymion Mighty Master from the deck. Now we have enough spell counters to activate to add a Pendulum Monster from the deck to the hand. We're going to be setting up our second Pendulum Scale. We're not going to be Pendulum Summoning yet. We're going to draw 2, banish our Monster Negate, and then it is time to Pendulum Summon. Pendulum Summoning, 1, 2, just 2, 3. 3. Just 3 monsters from the hand, everything into defense, everything is negated, besides link monsters, that is. Now we have Heavy Metal Foes, Electromite. We're going to be using Rock of the Vanquisher to special summon the Caesar from the hand. Interesting. Yes, that does work. And then we could use the Soul Dust Devil to flip 2 cards on the field face down, if we want to do that. We're going to be popping our Pendulum Scale, adding an Astrograph, also get drawing. And then we are going to be special summoning the Astrograph, adding a destroyed card this turn from our deck to our hand. Adding a Magister of Endymion is what I'm thinking. That's exactly what we added. Everything in a defense. Get that draw 1. Into the void here. Dust Devil. So we are attempting to negate against Baguska. We are negated. Dust Devil will change the battle position. Then we're going to flip 2 cards on the field face down. So you don't get to rank 7 exceed. Very well done. So change the battle position, flip, flip, go back into defense from Baguska, and now we are into the Voidin. A lot of Vanquish Soul players are not playing that non-target Book of Moon. We're going to pot a D. You like that animation? Banish 5, and then we are going to be setting up with the chicken game. We have draw 1, we have draw 2. Adding a Magician's Soul. Magician's Soul sending Endymion from the deck to the graveyard. We're going to be linking this up into Selene. Selene is going to be able to reborn a monster from the hand or from the graveyard. Detach the 3 materials, come forth and summon Mighty Master. We got to figure out a way to deal with that Baguska, which we could very easily do with an access code talker. Now, just like that, access the codes, target the Selene, but boost up to 5,300, chicken game, draw 1. banish from the graveyard, take out the Caesar instead because the Baguska is negating it. So we don't want them to reveal an Earth monster then be unaffected, so that was very well done. Cannot attack into the Rock of Vanquisher as long as there is another Vanquish Soul on the field. Discarding our entire hand during the end phase, we actually have no disruption. What the heck? What are we doing here? We're going to use the opponent's chicken game to draw one. Rock Vanquisher is going to add back the Raisin in the graveyard to our hand. We're going to stake our soul, reveal an Earth to summon an Earth monster from the deck. We have Pantera. Pantera can reveal Earth and Fire to destroy the Bluffed Pot of Desires. Get that out of here. Normal summon our Raisin. Raisin searching for our Borger. Borger could draw a card every turn as long as we have a dark monster in the hand. We're going to be making Chaka 9. From Chaka 9, we're going to make Borbo. From Borbo, we're going to be making Dryden. Dryden can pop a face-up card in the field. Get battling, swinging into the Spellbook Magician. We're now going to be making a Zeus. And the amount of materials on this Zeus is going to be, we're going to detach 2 and still have 2 more materials at least to get wiping. We had no more Zodiacs to make it 4. We didn't have another one. No, that was it. Scoops it up after Zeusing up the entire field, just like that. Vanquish Soul making a Zeus line play. All right, game 3. Maxi in the draw. We got him. And now we're going to be Spell Power Mastering, adding our Servant of Endymion. We're going to speed this up. When do we imperm? We imperm for Electromite, right? That's what I'm thinking. But are they really going to go that far under Maxi? Pot of D, banish 10, draw 2, setting up a Pendulum Scale. And we're going to special summon for the deck our Mighty Master, which is our spell and trap card negate. We're going to be making the Electromite just to get impermanence here. Whoa, holding on to the imperm. Okay, interesting. We're letting them cook. Go, do the full cook. We're going to hold on to the imperm. It's fine. You set up any negates, well, you know, the Mighty Master would negate the imperm, to be fair. So the imperm would not have been good there. We had to play around the imperm, so good that we did not use it. Do not just get too easily distracted by the Electromite wanting to imperm it right away. We do have multiple monster negate, and we're setting our monster before it gets discarded during the end phase. Now, what's interesting is we gave up our spell and trap card negate for a multiple monster negate, but then we have impermanence to completely turn that off, which Mighty Master could have countered. Damn. Okay. Negate. Just like that. Multiple negates down to nothing. We're going to use the chicken game, destroying it, special summoning our Fenrir. Fenrir searching for another Fenrir. We still have our normal summon here. Stake our soul. Reveal Jadlong, special summoning Raisin from the deck. Raisin on summon is going to be searching our deck for another Vanquish Soul. We got the Caesar. Caesar could wipe up a card in the field. We're going to reveal Fire and Dark. Wipe out the column. Special summoning Jadlong onto the field here. Jadlong revealing double fire. We got a Kaiju grabbing the trap. Do we even need that trap? We're going to be summoning our Pantera. Pantera is going to reveal Earth and Fire, wiping out the Call by the Grave. Caesar is going to spin back the Pantera, special summoning itself onto the field with the non-target destruction of any card in the field. Reveal Earth, Fire, Dark. Pop the back row. Goodbye to the Allure of Darkness. Now to battle we go with 9,600 damage on the field. Vanquish Soul taking a game 3 victory with the help of Maxi. Maxi did help. Damn. All right. Good job. Let's hop on another. Maxi right away. Within the draw phase, we're going to be alluring our Darkness, banishing our Orcust Gursu. Orchestrated Return, draw 2. We have Lubellion searching for a Bestial. Huh? Well, that's what Maxi do. Yep, okay. It's not that we have nothing. We could Maxi ourselves, and they don't have a way to stop it, and Maxi does hurt Exosister a lot. We could also, as soon as there is an Exosister in the field, we could use the Bestial to banish, and then use the Branded Beast, but then the Exosister would activate off of you banishing, but then you could chain the Branded Beast to pop it before it exceeds summons. So we got something, we got plays. Martha, chain the Maxi, let's go. This is just a draw 1. Now for Longyun, it's a draw 2. And Nibiru, it's a draw 2, because it's a summon, then summon the token. Sophia, get that draw 1. Shokan into Mikalis, even under the Maxi. Mikalis is going to be activating to be searching for our Vadis. Our quick effect banish is still activatable. Banishing Elise. Banishing with the graveyard, so Martha's going to be activating here. Mikalis is going to be targeting the card in the graveyard, stopping the Bestial from being summoned, but the other one will still be summoned. Maybe we should have used Didi Crow instead, and then Mikalis could be saving for the Beast. What do you think about that? Okay. Stopping that. Martha will be activating. Branded Beast will then be... Well, Branded Beast cannot be used in the battle phase. So it's actually no good. Was this even a good idea? Martha is now going to Exceed Summon. We can't stop it because Branded Beast does not work. Let's go. Cast Dispel. Cast Dispelling it up. Activating right now. Now you can't Special Summon for the graveyard. Neither can I. Main phase 2. We did get blocked on the attack. We're now going to be Exceed Summoning into the Magnifica. Non-target Banish. Then we flip up the Branded Beast and pop you, right? Flip up the Branded Beast. Target. But then we could chain summon Mikalis onto the fields. Okay. Yep. All right. Chain summon Mikalis. Banish the Branded Beast with our non-target Banish. Works out. Now, both of our hard once per turn effects, the Mikalis, have already been activated. And we're under max C, so we're giving them a lot of juice here. We have Returnia, which could banish 2 cards. We have Vadis, which could summon 2 cards from the deck. Do you have anything to stop the max C? Max C, Ash off the top of the deck. Ain't no way. We summoned 1 too many times, giving them that max C off the top. And we have Grass looking green, which is going to be milling 13 cards here. But not yet. Quickly launching from the deck before we mill our Rocket Tracer. Shokan into the Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon activating to search our deck for the Boot Sector launch, which we also do not want to mill. Now we're going to be flipping up Vadis. Now before 2 Exosisters get summoned, we're going to be summoning our Bystials so they do not get triggered. Okay. Banish first, then summon. All right, so what's going to be happening here? Regain's going to be spinning back a banished card to draw 1. We are going to be milling for the Grass looking green. We're banishing for Levineer. So then Chainlink 2 will be Martha. But then whatever we summon with Martha could get destroyed by the Levineer non-target destruction. So we have to use Impermanence. And we don't have a way to dodge the Impermanence unless we had a Fairy Tale Snow, which I do not think we have. There is no Snow. Martha activate. Elise activate. And then Imperm negate. So we're going to be able to summon a Mikalis Banish and a Cast Dispel to turn off the graveyard, yes? Asophiel. Asophiel even better. Asophiel turns off the graveyard. Cast Dispel makes it so you can't summon from the graveyard. Gibrine. Monster Negate. So, okay, we're not going into Mikalis for a Banish. So turn off the graveyard and you... Did we not activate it? Well, what's going on here? Okay, now we're activating right now. It's triggering. Because we are using our Baldrake. If your opponent special summons an extra deck monster, you could tribute a light or dark, then target one of those special summon monsters to banish it. We're going to use the Gibrine to negate. I don't think so. And then we're going to be DD Crowing. What are we DD Crowing? The Bystial Magna Hunt, which is activating, being targeted by the Regain to Reborn. Okay, it makes sense. Sure. And we still have Returnia, which will be a double banish. Allure of Darkness, draw 2, banish. So get ready with the Returnia. We'll banish, then make a Magnifica. Do we deal with the Lubellion or do we wait? We're not waiting. We're going to banish, and then we're going to Exceed into Magnifica. Magnifica's got non-target banish, plus if you activate a card, it could summon Mikalis for another banish. So we got double banish off this Magnifica. Waiting on that banish. We're going to pop ourselves, add back our Rocket Tracer. We have used up our normal summon already. Gursu is going to be summoning a token onto both sides of the fields. We're going to be activating Magnifica right here, right now, banishing the Gursu. On the activation of that card, we could summon a Mikalis, which is what we're doing right now. And this is our final disruption. That's it. We could banish any card on the field or in the grave, and we have nothing left. And, you know, you still can't activate cards in the graveyard, so that is something. Oh, boy. Summon, summon, summon. When do we banish? Chaos Ruler, mill the top 5 cards of the deck. Chaos Ruler will not be summonable from the graveyard. Add a light or dark among these 5. Come to me, Collapse Serpent. Just feel like they have endless juice. There's just so much juice. Pop in the token, activate Mikalis to... Okay, so what happens here, reading this, you destroy it, and if you do, special summon. So we did not destroy it because the Mikalis banished it. Is that a good use of our banish, though? I don't know. Making Dark Kid Reborn, a dark monster from the opponent's graveyard. And then we are going to be making a Pisty. Pisty is going to be making a baby with the Triple Burst Dragon to special summon a monster from the grave or from the extra, I should say the banish pile. We are going to be making a Borland. Borland's gonna wipe out the entire field plus be a monster negate. But we can't negate Martha. So Martha, make McAllis, you can't target the Borland, and we're gonna pretty much lose to that anyway. That's what I'm thinking. Ash negate Martha is huge. It's just like negating a Brain Infusion. We're in trouble. We are in big trouble. We can't Martha because the token. Ain't no freaking way. You have to control no monsters or Xyz only. We can't even summon Martha. Ash is going to negate the packs. Oh boy. Negate from searching our deck for any. We're gonna have to swing in, taking 3,500 battle damage just to summon our Martha in main phase 2. We do have our monster negate on Borland. And here's the thing. Normally, the goal is to not activate impermanence on the summon of McAllis because they could chain banish, but Borland is different. If you Borland negate right here, right now, McAllis cannot chain banish. So the Borland negate will negate both of her effects. Her search and her banish double negated, and there's nothing you could do. Negator, boom, negated. That's it. Borland with the counter. Let's hop on the next duel. Huh? The heck was that? Set pass? That's nothing. We have 0 disruption. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. Returnia's nothing. You can't Returnia. You have to control an Exosister to then banish a card. Holy moly. We just have Called By. How is Called By gonna even disrupt them? All right, let's see. Unfortunately, this is the end for Exosister. Using the brand new Sakitama, we're going to be using Call by the Grave, banishing the Rocket Tracer. So Rocket Tracer is negated for the rest of this duel. That is something. We got Magna Hut. We couldn't chain Abyss Steel to the Call by the Grave if we had one in the hand because the opponent has to have a monster for it to be a quick effect. We are going to be discarding, sending Absa Router, grabbing a negated Rocket Tracer. We're going to spin the Herald of the Abyss randomly from the hand back in the deck, just attacking for 1,200. That's the best we could do. Hermetic Seal pass from Call by the Grave on the Rocket Tracer. Ain't no way that just happened. Now we got plays. Packs into Martha, into Ash, negate all of that. Damn. Now we got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. He's scooping it up. Morisaki, I'm so sorry, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. We got Droll and Lockbird, which is going to be disallowing you from further searching any more cards from the deck. So the Circular's not going to be able to search. The Allenbert's not going to be able to search. As we're going to be making Splash Mage and a Heat Soul instead. Heat Soul can't draw a card, but we could draw a card during the opponent's turn. That's what I'm thinking that we're going to do. Or we're going to make a Terahertz instead. Terahertz will be a good play. Terahertz will be able to send a Disave Worm to the graveyard and then be able to negate a spell or trap. So by sending the Disave Worm to the graveyard, it's important to read this to know if it will actually negate the field spell or the effect. Will negate the activation. Negate the activation. So that, yeah, the field spell will go to the graveyard just like that. You have Ash. We have spell and trap card negate. Let's go. Activating the Valent World, and we did not negate. Ain't no way, mate. We're not Disave Worming. What are we doing? We're going to be setting up with the Oath Dragon, add back our Wisdom Eye. We're going to be special summoning our Double Iris onto the field. We're now going to be making Beyond the Pendulum, which I think we Ash. We Ashen. Ash, negate. That negate is going to be... We could make another Beyond the Pendulum if we are able to make one and use its effect. But if we have to Pendulum Summon, it's not worth it. We are going to have to Pendulum Summon, so making another Beyond the Pendulum is off the table here. We're making an Electromite instead. Electromite add from the deck to the extra deck. We're going to be using Terahertz, so what are we sending? Huh? The Aggregator? Aggregator negate? You think so? Yeah, Aggregator. Okay, Aggregator negate the Electromite, so it's not going to be able to pop a card, then add back the Astrograph. We're making the Promethean Princess to reborn the Electromite. Ain't no way we just did that. Okay, you negated Electromite and now it's not negated. What the heck? Amphibious, Swarm Ship, Amble Whale. This is just to turn off her restriction of you cannot special summon except fire monsters. So we got rid of the restriction. Now we could special summon a card like Astrograph if we want to. There we go, add the Astrograph, draw a card, trigger Astrograph, trigger the Double Iris. This is the way with the Promethean Princess. Do I even have to read this ship? What does it do? I don't think it does anything. It's just like a generic Link 4. If this card's destroyed, if a Link 3 or lower is destroyed, you could do something. Yeah, it's like, it's bad. It's pretty bad. But it's just to get her off the field. That's all it is. Wisdom Eye is going to be negated. Hold up. You're negating the activation of the effect, not the activation of the card. It's not a hard once per turn. You're going to negate it, then it's going to activate again? What the? Uh-oh. Yeah, it's just going to activate again. It's just like, okay, anyway. Pop it, set up the purple poison, using the Star Pendulum Graph, grabbing the Black Fang Magician. Oh my Jesus, we got Zealantis is here. Zealantis is going to banish everything, then resummon it back on the field. Zealantis, double animation always. That is great. We got Astrograph is here. What else are we summoning back on the field? We have Heavy Metal Foes, Electromite, and then we're going to give you back your Terahertz. And because we reposition the monsters, we're going to push your monster into the back row. We have 6,800 damage here as we go to battle phase. All right, all right. Interesting duel here. Oh, Purple Poison going to boost up that attack, popping our field spell for lethal damage exactly. Huh? What the heck was that? Purple Poison. Boost 1,200. We had 6,800. And you activate this if a Dark Spellcaster battles, boost it by plus 1,200, exactly 8,000 damage. That's the power of the Promethean Princess you saw within that duel, the power of the Zealantis setting up the column to push it back in the back row. Damn. Let's hop into game 2. Opening up with Firewall Defensor plus a Parallel Exceed. We have no hand traps in sight, and we have Circular. Holy moly, we're going to have the most disruptive turn 1 you've ever seen. We have negate anything, we have negate any spell or trap, and that's pretty much what we have here. Let's go. We're gonna draw a card, maybe draw into a hand trap, possibly. Do we draw into a Maxi? Draw into an Ash. Nothing, no draw. We do have the spell and trap card negate now. Now, the goal is using our Superfactorial optimally. When do we flip it up? When do we send from the field and hand to the graveyard? Oath Dragon is going to be negated by the Save Worm. Negating the activation does not destroy or banish. Okay. Setting up the Valent World, we are going to be activating our Superfactorial right here, right now. So we could send from the hand, send from the back row, and we have a negate. We also have the Cynet Conflict negate. Now, the Conflict negate is only activatable as long as we have a Code Talker on the field. So if he could deal with the Heat Soul, then he can't negate. Goodbye the Celestial Magician, goodbye to the field spell. We have Skull Crobat Joker going to be negated by Laplacian, and we still have one more negate, that's it. Our final disruption. 1 spell, trap, or monster effect activated, negate and banish. When do we do it? Not negating that, going to be adding the Odd Eyes Destroyer, adding the Odd Eyes Butler, triggering the Iris after being destroyed to grab a Star Pendulum Graph. With a single negate against a Pendulum deck, this is going to be a tough one. We're going to use the Odd Eyes Dissolver to fusion summon into the Starving Venom. That's it. We have no negate. Our negate is gone. We can't negate. Okay. Now we're fully cooking in main phase 2. That's it. Electromite is here. We have Star Pendulum Graph being triggered also. We're going to be adding a card to the extra deck. Then we could add it back by popping a card and drawing a card. We're going to be plussing like crazy. We're going to be setting up the Black Fang Magician, which could reborn a Dark Spellcaster from the graveyard after popping it, adding the Astrograph. We're going to draw 1, special. And we're also going to add. Draw 1, special, add, and special. Like 4 things is happening here. Come forth, Astrograph. Add a card for the deck. We're going to reborn from the graveyard. We're going to draw a card into the Duelist Alliance. Celestial Magician activating. That's not going to really be doing anything. We have the Duelist Alliance searching for our Luster Pendulum. And then we're going to be using the Odd Eyes Butler, popping the Dissolver, special summoning itself onto the field, setting up the Pendulum Scale, popping the Iris, searching for another Iris, to trigger the Iris to search for the Time Pendulum Graph, which could pop a card in the field. Now making Promethean Princess Bestower of Flames. Locking ourselves into fire monsters only, reborning the Fire Electromite. Electromite popping our Pendulum Scale to then add back the Wisdom Eye, setting up the Double Iris, setting up the Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye pop itself, set up another Pendulum Scale. Now we got Purple Poison with the Time Pendulum Graph. Taking our Fire Lock off the field. We're going to be copying the effect of the Electromite, popping the Purple Poison, popping a card in the field, special summoning the Astrograph. What the heck is going on? So we are now trying to destroy the Dark Fluid, but we have Defensor in the graveyard to protect from destruction, I believe so. Right? Resolve it. Defensor, protect from destruction, banishing instead of being destroyed. I mean, this is wild. You make your Link 4 that sucks. It pretty much does nothing. What actually, it says, if Link 3 or lower on the field is destroyed, you could banish this card from the graveyard and then destroy one card in the field, so that's kind of something. But this is you Link 4, and then you one card, Link 4 into Zealantis. That is insane. Okay, let's go. So we had it all wrong. We were looking at Promethean Princess, looking at Link 4 fires only, but then Zealantis was the way. She is a way to get into Zealantis. Beyond the Pendulum, searching our deck for a Pendulum monster. We're going to be using the Zealantis, banishing everything to then resummon it back on the field. All right, we're going to be closely positioning every monster exactly where we want it. All right, we got the Electromite there. We're going to put your monster in the same column as the Zealantis, reborning your Laplacian, popping to activate the Astrograph for what, a third time? Now we're going to use the Purple Poison to pop again, taking out the Terahertz a second time, attempting to. Wipe it out as the Astrograph summons and searches the deck. This card used to be unlimited. What the heck? It feels like it's unlimited right now. Remember, this is main phase 2. We're not winning this turn, but we may as well be winning this turn. All right, so what do we have here? We have pop a card, negate. 5 disruptions, mate. Yep, let's go. 5 disruption. Well, Zealantis is kind of a disruption, right? It states that during the battle phase, you could destroy all cards on the field up to co-linked monsters on the field, so Zealantis during the battle phase can destroy. Okay, I don't think that's actually going to happen. I would love to see it. Grab in diameter. With our 5 disruptions here, we have Apollo'd, negate. Now we got 4 left. All right, also non-targetable by spell traps. What are you talking about? We can't be targeted? Oh, the Time Pendulum Graph is making it untargetable. Red reboot, negate the Time Pendulum Graph. We are losing out on 2 of our disruptions. Just like that, 2 disruptions are gone. Triple Tactics Thrust, thrusting the talent into the hand. We only have 2 more negates on the Apollo USA. We're going to take control of Apollo. 0 disruption, we got nothing. That's it. Special summoning Sigma from the graveyard. We're now going to be making Alan Burt, which the diameter is going to be giving it a negate. We're going to detach search our deck for a circular. We have used up our normal summon. We're going to be special summoning circular, sending a multiplication, which there is nothing in the extra monster zone to activate. We're going to tribute off our Apollo USA. We took control of the special summon the multiplication onto the field. We're then going to be making G Golem Crystal Heart. A monster special summoned. I forgot about you. You're the secret extra disruption in the grave. If the opponent special summons, you could destroy a fire monster and the monster that was summoned. But it's a negate. Okay, negate the Promethean. Hard once per turn. So we actually had 7 disruptions instead of 6. We're going to be reborning our Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker is going to be reborning the Splash Mage. Splash Mage is going to be reborning the Multiplication. We're going to be linking this off into an Access Code Talker. Multiplication is going to multiply the 0 attack to be 00, okay? And we're going to be becoming 5,300 attack here. Now, if you activate your Circular, you could only attack with 1 monster. And we didn't update Jammer, so we don't have game. We can't game him. What do? No update Jammer, no lethal. Huh? The useless Link 4 is not being useless. Because a Link 3 or lower was destroyed, I can now banish to destroy 1 card in the field. Non-target, take out the access code. I'm done, forget this. Ain't no way. Promethean Princess defeating. Wow. Time limit victory. Wow, good job, TTK. Thank you, FUGB also. Thank you to both of you. Let's hop on another one. Damn. Smiting Storm. All your cards are going to be banished now, just like that. So you're not going to be able to recycle them with your Runic Field spell. What's Earl playing today? I didn't see Earl in the duel room, Gia. You said Earl was in the duel room. Maybe his replays fell off. What happened? Spright Jet grabbing a Spright starter. We're going to now be making our Mannequin Cat to reborn the Dimension Shifter to summon a Chaos Hunter from our deck? No way. Are we actually doing it? No. I mean, come on. That would have been wild. If we actually had Chaos Hunter to turn off the ability of the Dimension Shifter. We got Donner, Dagger for hire. We're going to be linking this up into Falgo. Look at all our cards getting banished. It's all gone. Falgo is going to be summoning a Rex from the deck. Rex is going to be searching for the Rookie for hire. And the Rex wants to activate from the graveyard, but we are getting locked out by the Dimension Shifter, making Gigantic Spright. Gigantic Sprite's going to be detaching, special summoning our Dampa. Now back to you. That's really screwed us up. All our cards getting banished, so we're not going to be able to really trigger the Dampa here. Huh, what do? Activating our Kashtira field spell. Well, the Dimension Shifter's also blocking the Kashtira from being summoned, so that does work out. We have Runic Destruction going to be destroying the field. Why didn't we destroy it on activation? We're doing it now. I guess we're hoping to banish something he wants to search for. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay, banish 3 off the top of the deck, sure. And the Raisin's going to get big value. Also, we're triggering the Falgo to draw 1. And the Raisin is going to be wiping out the entire column here, destroying the Link and the Dampa. If you're playing against Vanquish Soul, do not put your monster in the same column as a Link, giving them double value on the Raisin. That is huge. Get that draw 1. Now we're going to Durendal. Durendal's going to be searching for a level 5 or lower fire. Another Raisin. We already used up our normal summon here. Earl was playing Phantom Knights. Thank you. We have Rock of the Vanquisher, which all our cards are getting banished. We can only special summon from the hand. We're now going to be summoning Borger. We're going to use Flash Fire to destroy the Raisin on the activation of the Borger to return back the Raisin. That's a hard one to return, so we're not going to be able to summon it. Now what do we have here? To D we go. We end our turn just like that. We get special summon Borger during the main phase, and then we're going to be able to draw 1 by revealing the Druid Swarm. We're going to, Gigantic Spright on the, after it resolves, you can't special summon any monsters that are not level 2. So we got to special summon right here, right now, and then we can't use our Bestial. We're going to chain Max C to the activation of the Rock of the Vanquisher. Borger is going to be drawing a card here. And if we draw into a Caesar, we got the pop. We could pop with Caesar if we have it. Do we randomly draw a Caesar? Is it going to happen? Is it really going to happen? No way. We draw in a Disruption. We got Ash. Ash is something. Ash can negate the tip. It could negate the Runic Fountain. So we're going to Ash negate the tip. Since we didn't negate the activation, the Runic Fountain could still spin back the tip, then draw 1. Let's see, we draw 1 into here. Return back. Get that draw 1, drawing into the Triple Tactics talent. A perfect draw. What the heck was that? Taking control of an opponent's monster, taking control of the Rock of the Vanquisher, which the Rock cannot be used as a Link material. So what are we going to do with it? We can't do anything with it. We just give it back. Oh boy. Yeah, let's just get into game 2. Let's game 2 it. And they swapped up positions. We have Vanquish at the bottom, up a game 1 victory. Ash is going to be in response to the Runic Dispelling, special summoning a Huggin onto the field here. Huggin on summon will be discarding, searching for our Runic field spell. Then we have Freezing Curses, which if we can't get the Huggin out of the extra monster, then we can't trigger its effect to draw 2. So instead, we're just going to be normal summoning our Carrot, then ending our turn, keeping the Freezing Curses in the hand ready to negate. We're just ending our turn. That's it. There can only be 1. But there's 2. There can be only 2. All right. You can only have 1 monster type on the per monster type. You can only have 1 of each. Mannequin Cat is going to be special summoning the Max C, special summoning a dinosaur. We got a beast, we got a dinosaur, grabbing the Rookie for hire. Rookie for hire is going to be tributing off the dinosaur, special summoning a warrior, and then linking it off into a beast warrior. All valid under there, could only be 1. Special summoning a warrior and a dinosaur, activating the effect to search our deck for a dragon. So it's just like, why aren't we playing There Could Be Only One ourselves? Adding a Spright Blue, which is a Thunder. I mean, this does nothing. It's doing absolutely nothing. I mean, we can't summon the Spright Red, so that is something. We're going to be making Falgo. Falgo is going to be triggering its effect to summon from the deck nothing. The Dampa is what type? Is Dampa a beast? Is that why we couldn't summon it? That's what I'm thinking. Battle phase skipped. Now back to you. Let's go. Keeping the Maxi on the field, blocking the Cashier Offender from being summonable. We got Raisin. Raisin is here on summon, is going to be searching our deck for nothing as it gets negated. Now, can Dust Devil flip itself face down? You could flip face down. Where does it say it? Only monsters can be flipped face down. You can't flip your own monster face down to dodge the freezing curses. Okay. Triggering the Runic Field spell to return 2, draw 2, drawing into a Flash Fire to destroy a special summon monster here. We're going to Raphael negate the Borger, and also it does not destroy. We're going to be linking this off into the Rock of the Vanquisher, which could add back the Raisin in the graveyard back to our hand. We're going to be maxing it. Maxi, but I was not special summoning. I was just adding back, so that Maxi was for nothing. We're going to Flash Fire, take out the Rock during the end phase, triggering the Falgo to draw 1. Yeah, very late Maxi. Rex, special summon, Spright Red, skipping our battle phase again due to the runic cards. We still have Flash Fire to destroy a special summon monster. Normaling Raisin, Flash Fire, destroy Maxi to trigger the Falgo to draw 3. We're gonna Dust Devil, so you only draw 1. Okay, so flip down the Raphael. You only draw 1 with the Falgo. And, you know, that works out. Okay, sure. He was trying to draw a bunch of cards here. Triggering the field spell to still... I mean, we're still drawing 3 somehow with the field spell. We're going to draw 2, draw 1. You tried to stop me from drawing a ton of cards, and I'm still drawing. Drawing into an activatable Ash. We have an activatable Runic Destruction. We're holding on to it. Raisin's going to reveal Fire and Dark to destroy the same column, making sure we don't have monsters in the same column as our Link. That's very important. We're going to Spright Red, negate the Borger, and it's not going to destroy. The Borger twice has been negated and is just staying in the hand. We're going to link this off into the Rock of the Vanquisher, which could special summon the Borger from the hand if we want to. There we go. Into battle we go. Big enough to take out the Raphael, and we're not big enough to swing into the red. We're going to activate the Borger, reveal a Dark, draw 1. We could negate, draw 1. Okay. I'll draw again during the next turn. You know, we got double Ash, so sure, why not? What if he draws into a really good card here? We'll keep on drawing. Draw again. Reveal. Runic Destruction, chain onto the face down. There could be only 1. We're also going to chain special summon a Huggin potentially. Huggin. Huggin it is. Huggin is here, triggering our field spell to draw 2. That's what I'm thinking. Yup. Field spell, draw 2. And we randomly drew into a Raisin. So we could special summon Raisin. Raisin could search for a Caesar. Caesar could then pop any card in the field. We do have the attributes to do it. We could summon Raisin in this same column, and if the red does not negate, the Huggin cannot protect from the entire column being destroyed, and then you search for Caesar, and you could pop another card. We got some plays. Let's do it. Raisin is a warrior. Borger is a machine. Rock is a rock, so we are playing under the There Can Only Be One successfully, doing exactly as I said, but negating the Caesar search. So we don't get the Caesar search, but we could still get the full column wipe. The red will probably want to negate, right? Right? Yes, negate. Very well done. The Hugging cannot protect both itself and another card being destroyed at the same time. Now, negate and destroy if we wanted to, right? If we tribute off a fusion, it's a destroy. You tribute, and if it was... No, it's only rank and link. If it tributes a fusion, it does not destroy. We got Falgo back in the field. Raphael is going to be drawing 1 card. We have Beat, which is going to be special summon from the graveyard here. Yes, Mastodol did get Snow Devil. We have Vanquish Soul at near full power. The rank 4 Battle Boxer that searches for Raisin, that's the only thing we don't have. So special summon Pantera, normal Mad Love, and then search, or yeah, you know, something like that, then searching for Raisin. We don't have that play. Borger, reveal, burn. We're going for the burn win condition. We're not drawing cards anymore. We could have drawn. We're going to burn for 1,500 every turn. Is that going to match them being able to deck us out? We have 12 cards left. Is this really the way? No more drawing. Instead, we're going to be banishing. Vanquish will continue, reborn a monster from the graveyard into defense. We have Rex for hire, reborning a monster from the graveyard, which will be our Falgo. Falgo, if we have a card in the field getting destroyed, we're going to be drawing 3 cards here, triggering the beat. Beat will get searching. And then Raphael will also have a card to discard for a negate. Ooh, this is a big column to destroy. So we're going to be revealing Fire and Dark. Yep, we need Fire and Tribute Summoning. Did we already use the Raisin effect to destroy the column? Yeah, we already did that. Using the effect of the Raphael to negate the Fenrir on attack, target, banish. And we are boosted thanks to our field spell, wiping that full out. Now, taking out the Raphael, what are we going to be doing in main phase 2? Swinging directly for 2,100. We are going to be making a Dryden. Dryden's going to have the quick effect to pop any face-up card in the field. We have Borger, draw a card every turn. Let's do it. We're popping the field spell. Goodbye. All right, this is something. This is a crazy duel. I'm loving this. We're going to be using Borger, get that free draw 1. We're not burning their life anymore, drawing into a useless dimension shifter. Flash Fire, taking out the Dryden. Dryden's going to be popping itself, which is a very good idea because now the Flash Fire does not banish the top 2 cards of the deck. So, outplayed. Triple Tactics Talent, we're drawing 2. We're going to Spright Starter, special summon the Jet into a blue, making the Spright Elf. Elf is going to be reborning from the graveyard here. Come forward, Donner. Triggering the Fenrir. Fenrir banishing the only targetable card here. Donner's going to tribute itself, reborning Donpa and nothing else, and then pop a card in the field, so that is unfortunate. Activating our Runic Fountain, skipping our battle phase, and damn, I mean, there's something to be said here that we have Vanquish Soul outpowering Runic Donpa for higher deck. They're drawing so many cards off Falgo, they're drawing cards off the field spell, and they're still being out card advantaged by Vanquish Soul. It's crazy. We're going to be using our Dispelling, Special Summoning, our Gary triggering the field spell to draw 3, and also add back the field spell in the graveyard. Very well done here. We have no disruption. We could use the Fenrir to banish the Runic Fountain now, but they do have another one in the hand. We are going for that Fountain. Runic Smiting Storm. We only have 7 cards left in our deck. Banishing 3 off the top, only 4 cards left. What is going on here? We're going to be maxing with 14 cards left in our deck. Borger is going to reveal a Dark to... You're drawing when you're about to deck out. You have 3 cards left in your deck now. You're 1 Runic card activation away from decking out, and it's over. You're not searching again, are you? Changing the battle position to the Gary? Okay. Lethal damage, changing the non-target battle position change of the Gary for game. Ain't no way. The Jiaolong battle position switch is rarely used, and it was used for lethal damage. Under 1 more turn, we would have decked out. Nicely done. Thank you to both of you. That was great. All right, let's go, let's go. We have Labrynth versus Vanquish Soul. Let's go. Music's too loud. Let me adjust that. All right, we're good. We're going to Ash negate the Max C. I do not think so. And we're going to stake our soul, reveal a Dark, summon a Dark, which will be our Borger, which we can now draw a card every single turn. Reveal the Dark, come to me, into another Raisin. We're going to grab the Jiaolong, but we only have 1 fire in the hand. So what do? We're going to have to get the Raisin on the field, into the graveyard, then back to our hand, then reveal double fire to search our deck for any Vanquish Soul card. This is it. Add back the Raisin. Now we have double fire. Jiaolong, reveal the double fire. To then add from the deck our Snow Devil. Snow Devil is going to be able to destroy all monsters on the field here. Discarding Summon Limit to set up a big welcome Labrynth. Now, there were Vanquish Soul players in TCG and OCG playing Summon Limit in the main deck. Also, there could be only 1. Setting up the big welcome. We're going to be chaining Maxi to the Lady. We do get that draw 1 during the end phase. Sure, why not? We got a Fenrir. Earth that we could reveal here. So we got rid of Maxi, which is our Earth, for another Earth. Reveal Double Fire, come to us, Caesar Valius, and this is it. This is... You do want to put your monsters in the same column as the link. You want to force them to destroy their own link, which they're going to be destroying anyway, it looks like. So what we're doing here is we are chain link blocking the lady from chaining to the big welcome, but then we're going to chain to the Snow Devil, so we're going to get the same benefit. We're still going to chain. And then by chaining to the Snow Devil, we're going to set a trap. And with the trap set, the Snow Devil can't destroy us because we're indestructible with the set trap. So this did not work. No bueno. Reveal, chain, set. Now we're indestructible. You're literally just destroying your Rock of Vanquisher, which you could say no. You don't have to do it. Just don't do it. Special summon, make indestructible. Okay, we didn't destroy anything because we knew that was going to happen. All right, makes sense. So yeah, that chain link block just did not work out well. We do want to summon the Lovely in the same column, I think, as the Caesar would be a good idea here. They would have to Borger, spin it back to then summon the Raisin to pop our Lovely. So let's get poppin', taking out the Daruma with the effect of the Caesar Valius. And goodbye randomly to the Fenrir in the hand. So what's important to note here is that we have turn player priority to activate the Lovely before they could use the Rock of Vanquisher. Had the Labrynth player maybe would have set a trap or done any action whatsoever, we would have been able to summon the Raisin, then pop the Lovely before it sets a trap. So very important for the Lovely to activate it as soon as we enter the main phase. Same column. And this is why you don't want your Lovely in an open column. You want to put it in the same column as the Link, or maybe even the same column as the Caesar Valius, forcing them to spin it back to the hand. Goodbye, Lovely. The columns do matter. Grabbing the clock. Clock's going to make it so our newly set trap is activatable. Borger is going to be spinning back the Caesar Valius as we are now going to be drawing. We're burning? Huh? We're going for burn damage? Oh, okay. We're not trying to draw. Instead, we're going for game next turn. That's what I'm thinking. Return back the Raisin, summoning our Caesar Valius, which already activated to pop a card in the field, so we can't do it again. Discarding to set up a big welcome here, and let's get ready. What's going to happen? Are we burning again? Hold up. We chose to burn, then draw. Okay, we're changing our mind here. We're going to flip the field face down. We're going to chain big welcome before we get flipped face down. Now, the lady cannot be targeted, but this is a non-target Book of Moon. And Ash is going to be negating the big welcome and chain link blocking the lady, so this works out very well. Get flipping. A lot of people are wondering, is Dust Devil worth playing? Now, the Daruma Cannon is going to flip everything face down, then get rid of the Rock of the Vanquisher. Connection failed, I guess. Yeah, okay, sure. Maxing right away, but this time we do not have a way to stop it. And the Durendal is not so good here because we don't have a way to special summon a monster. It could be good going second if you have a monster to equip it onto. The opponent's monster, that is. Completely passing turn one. That is troubling. Smack him for 2,400, but the Labrynth player was not able to capitalize too much on it. Main phase 2ing the big welcome instead of using it within the battle phase for another attack. Okay, sure, because we're going to spin back the lady, then re-summon the lady. Sure, triggering the Chandelier and the Welcome Labrynth to set it. We're going to be banishing the Welcome Labrynth so it does not get set up to be usable during the next turn. That works out, so we just had big welcome without the welcome. But Chandelier could set a welcome, which I think we're going to do it right here, right now. Yep, you banish my welcome, I set up another welcome, and we got the setup. We could search for any trap from our deck. We could make it activatable. We could pop a card from the hand. We could pop a card in the field instead. How is Vanquish Soul going to play around this? Summoning our Ariana. Ariana is going to be adding the clock. Special summoning our lady, all within the draw phase here. And we have to have something chainable. We have nothing chainable to chain link block the lady from setting a trap that will be activatable due to the clock. And then we're going to lose a card in our hand. So we are setting up... What do we set up? Eradicator, which will just take out Durendal, not a big deal. Now we have Lovely. Spin back a card, activate Lovely, and by putting the Eradicator on a higher chain link, it will destroy all spells, and then the Lovely will pop a card from the hand. But we didn't clock early enough to do that. So now we have a situation where if we randomly pop the spell, then we eradicate her, there's nothing to pop. Let's see that happen. Yeah? Nope. All right, goodbye, Caesar. And then we are eradicating. So it's important to try to eradicate Chain to the Lovely, but just Durendal, and we got to see the hand. Dogmatic Punishment, taking out the Fenrir, sending the Tri-Brigade to then send, to then draw a card with Garura, and he's scooping it up. Damn. I'm sorry that happened. All right, I think we're going into top 16. That's the first loss of Vanquish Soul we saw today. All right, I have no idea what this card is. What the heck is Pinpoint Landing? If exactly one monster is special summoned from the hand to your field, you could draw one card. Huh? That's exactly what Vanquish Soul does. You could only use this effect once per turn. During your end phase, if you have not drawn a card, you have to send this to the graveyard. Oh, so it's got a downside. Okay. It's like a Branded Regained. What the heck? That's crazy. Okay. Reveal Mad Love, summon the Borger. Borger, draw a card. Return the Borger to then draw a card again with the Pinpoint Landing. Huh? We lost our Pinpoint Landing on the very first turn due to Droll and Lockbird? What the? You had to draw a card through this effect, yeah? If you have not drawn a card by this effect, send it to the graveyard. No. I wanted to see the Pinpoint Landing cook. Very nice animation for the Caesar Valius. Returning back the Mad Love. Borger returned back the Caesar Valius. And just like that, goodbye to the Pinpoint Landing. Which we could have drawn every single turn with that. In addition to the Borger, we could have drawn 2 cards every turn. Now we got the Joker. We're going to use the Rock Vanquisher, special summoning a monster from the hand here. This will be our Mad Love. Mad Love will be searching for a Vanquish Soul, spell or trap. Now, this is where people say Vanquish Soul is a bad deck because we have no disruption, really. This is not good. We could reveal a Darkened Earth, return a monster with the lowest defense on the field back to the hand. So that I guess we kind of have that. Besides that, hey, we're doing it. Okay, let's go. That's our disruption. And we're done. Now we're just open. Completely open. Can't do anything. We can't even make the Caesar Valius unaffected from activated effects. We can't pop a card. There's no column poppage. There's nothing. TTK is going to have his full way with us. Let's go. Harmonizing, summon from the deck. Pop 2, search for 2. Summoning the Oath Dragon for, we can now do a level 10 Synchro if we want to. Making the Baron to floor, pop a card in the fields. Got the Electromite, add a card to the extra deck. Activate a double Pendulum Scale, pop itself, set up another scale. We're going to be popping the scale, add back the Astrograph, summon the Astrograph, search with the Iris. Got 9,000 damage on the field right here. Searching with the Star Pendulum Graph, activating to now perform our Fusion Summoning into the Starving Venom Dragon, copying the Electromite, and yeah, let's just scoop it up. Maybe if the Pinpoint Landing did not get countered by the Droll and Lockbird, we would have drawn an additional 2 cards, which could have been different attributes to set up the Caesar. It could have been a hand trap like a Max C. So we lost to Droll and Lockbird here. That's what I'm thinking. No hand traps for TTK, and we got our Raisin. Let's go. The Taya Matin. This card is nuts. If there's 3 or more cards in the same column, you could special summon this. And then if this card is special summon, you could destroy all cards in the column. That is nutty. Okay. I would like to see this in action. Let's do it. This is special summonable during either player's turn. We're going to be adding the Borger. Borger is going to be returning back to Jiao Long. We do have a dark monster to reveal. Iron Dragon. Get that draw 1. Now, if you draw a Borger, Pot of P is not usable. You can't draw the turn you activate this. Draw again. Reveal. Come to me. Special summon our Jiao Long after revealing. Reveal 2 fire. Search our deck for any Vanquish Soul card, which will be our Caesar Valius. So we have non-target pop. And we have wipe out the column, making sure to summon the Fenrir in the same column as the Rock of the Vanquisher. That is correct. Setting up the Pendulum Scales. We're going to Max C before the Pendulum Summon here. Okay, so when do we Caesar? When do we Raisin? When do we get poppin'? We have Vanquish Soul special summoning right here, right now. into the same column as the Fenrir to take it out. Activate the Raisin, search in our deck. Fenrir being triggered. We're also going to be Raisin, activate, get search in. Now, the rock was going to get banished anyway, so maybe it was not... I always should say it would have been destroyed anyway, which is what we're doing right now. So maybe that wasn't the best target with the Fenrir. We have Field Spell, Valence. Special summoning our Unicorn in the same column as the Jiaolong, so we could push it back. But if you activate to push it back, we could chain Caesar to then return it back to the hand, but we're not waiting. Okay. Caesar Valius is here. We do have the quick effect to pop a card on the field. Non-target poppage. Borger's going to spin it back, stopping it from being pushed back in the back row. Okay. Borger already activates effect to draw a card, though. We have Kashtira Birth. Valius is going to be popping it. Pop the Birth before it special summons the Fenrir back in the field. Now, the Taya Maiden. If there's 3 or more cards in the same column, you could special summon this card from your hand anywhere. 3 cards in the same column, so I could summon it here or here, and then I guess the Caesar Valius could destroy something else, and then the Taya Maiden could pop the Birth. Yeah, it works. Let's go. Nice. Take out the Pendulum Scale, wipe out the Birth. That was pretty cool. We're going to be popping the Iris. Iris is searching for the Star Pendulum Graph. I will be considering this card now. Okay. I think I was playing it in Godi Runic for a bit for fun, but playing it in Vanquish Soul, maybe that's something. Star Pendulum Graph getting triggered. We're going to be searching with the Beyond the Pendulum. And we are grabbing the Wisdom Eye. I mean, if we could have summoned this in a Pendulum Scale to lock out the Pendulum Scale, wouldn't that be the main disruptive play that we would want to do here? Oath Magician and our Wisdom Eye. Thank you very much, Neo Melon. I appreciate you. Again, we are under max C, so we're cooking. We're going to grab the Dissolver. Wisdom Eye popping itself, setting up a purple poison. Oath Dragon, add back the Wisdom Eye. We have used up our normal summon already. We're going to be using the field spell to special summon our Oath into the main monster zone to be used to be making an Electromite. Oh my cheeses. We have 10 cards in our hand. Electromite adding the Astrograph, popping the purple poison. We're going to draw a card, special summon Astrograph, add a card, pop a card in the field. Goodbye to the Caesar Valius. And let's get summoning and adding. Ash is going to negate the Astrograph, which we did not chain link block, which we could have not done because this is not the TCG where in the TCG you could have, but in Master Duel you can't because it has different trigger priority. We're going to be popping, setting up the Black Fang Magician. We're going to be special summoning our Astrograph again anyway, so we negated it to then have it be summonable again anyway. Linking this up into Promethean Princess, which will reborn a fire monster from the graveyard, locking us into fire monsters only. This is the Promethean Princess way. Get ready. We're going to link this up into the Amphibious Swarm Ship. We're going to then link it off into probably the Zelantis, yes? Add back the Astrograph, trigger the effect of the Black Fang, reborn a monster from the graveyard, activate Astrograph, special summon onto the field, search our deck again. Let's go. How many cards left in the deck? 20 versus 26. 25. Now 19. Reborning the Beyond the Pendulum with the effect of the Black Fang. And we're going to link this off into Zelantis. Zelantis is going to banish the entire field, then special summon it back on the field. Oh my Jesus. 17 cards left in our deck. TTK has taken that full maxi challenge. Ain't no way. And you gotta be thinking, what about this card in the back row? It's not disruption. It can reborn a monster from the graveyard. That's it. Zelantis is back. Get the draw 1 off all those special summons. We're gonna chain Vanquish Soul, continue to reborn our Caesar, which, okay, sure, doesn't really do anything. Caesar is here. And we are gonna be using the hand and field to make a Supreme King Starving Venom. We have only 15 cards left. We're going to copy the effect of the Electromite, pop our Pendulum Scale, add back the Astrograph, trigger the Astrograph again, summon and search, draw for max C, 14 more special summons and we win. Pop the field spell, add back the purple poison. We have 10,000 damage on the field, setting up a double iris, popping itself to then set up with a purple poison. We got double purple poison on attack, destroy itself, both of them destroying themselves to boost up 2 monsters on the field by plus 1,200 each. Plus 1,200, plus 1,200, pop it, but do we not have a direct attack with this 4,900? Isn't that wasted? I think we still have game with the other monsters though, right? Pop. No direct attack. Oh, it's piercing battle damage. Oh my Jesus. Lethal damage. Huh. That's something.